The drama surrounding Shedeur Sanders has officially reached a moment of validation that no amount of spin, skepticism, or organizational dysfunction can erase. The votes are in, the results are finalized, and the NFL has now put its stamp on what Browns fans and supporters across the country have been watching unfold in real time. Shedeur Sanders has been named the Pepsi Zero Sugar NFL Rookie of the Week for Week 14, and this recognition carries real weight. This is not a sympathy award. This is not a narrative-driven consolation prize. This is the league acknowledging that a rookie quarterback stepped onto an NFL field and delivered one of the most electric performances of the entire week, regardless of position. For Shedeur Sanders, this moment did not come easily. It arrived after weeks of controversy, questions about readiness, whispers of sabotage, and endless debates over whether he should have even been on the field in the first place. Every storyline that surrounded his name was loud, messy, and often unfair. But football has a way of cutting through noise when the performance is undeniable, and that is exactly what happened in Week 14 against Tennessee. Sanders forced the league to pay attention because the tape demanded it. The final score did not go Cleveland's way, but anyone who watched that game understands the deeper truth. Sanders put on a show. He completed 23 of 42 passes, and while critics will point to the completion percentage, context matters more than raw numbers ever could. This was a rookie quarterback pushing the ball downfield aggressively, attacking tight windows, and refusing to play scared football. He was not checking down to pad stats. He was taking chances, trusting his arm, and challenging an NFL defense the way elite quarterbacks do. The yardage tells the real story. 364 passing yards. That number alone should make people stop and reassess everything they thought they knew about him. This was not manufactured production. It was explosive, confident, fearless quarterback play. It marked the first time in his young career that Sanders crossed the 300-yard threshold, and it felt less like a ceiling and more like an opening door. This was a glimpse of what happens when talent meets opportunity. The touchdowns followed naturally. 3 through the air, each one reinforcing the same message. He was not just moving the offense. He was finishing drives. He was creating points when it mattered. And then he added another layer to the performance that elevated it from impressive to historic. Sanders led the team in rushing yards with 29 and scored his first career rushing touchdown. That moment mattered. It showed athleticism, awareness, and competitive edge. It showed that defenses cannot treat him as a stationary target. He is a problem in multiple dimensions. When all of that is taken together, the significance becomes clear. Sanders tied for the third most passing yards ever by a Browns rookie in a single game. He tied for the second most touchdown passes by a Browns rookie in a game. And then he did something no player in franchise history had ever done before. He became the first Browns quarterback to throw for at least 300 yards, toss at least 3 touchdown passes, and score a rushing touchdown in the same game. Not as a rookie. Ever. That is not hype. That is history. What makes this even more impressive is how early it has happened. Sanders has only started 3 games. In those 3 starts, he has completed 50 of 87 passes for 722 yards and 5 touchdowns. He has delivered at least one completion of 50 yards or more in every single start. That is not accidental. That is a quarterback who sees the field vertically and is not afraid to pull the trigger. In today's NFL, that mindset is not optional. It is required. Of course, this has not been a flawless transition. Sanders has thrown 3 interceptions and taken 8 sacks. Those numbers are real and they deserve honest discussion. But they also tell the story of a rookie learning the speed of the league, adjusting to pressure, and developing timing with an offense that is still finding its identity. Some of those sacks are on him. Some are on protection breakdowns. Some are on receivers not winning quickly. That is how rookie quarterback development works. The key detail is that Sanders is not shrinking from those moments. He is learning through them. What stands out most is the trajectory. Each start has looked more comfortable than the last. The pocket movement is improving. The footwork is tightening. The decision-making is speeding up. These are not cosmetic changes. They are foundational skills that separate quarterbacks who flash from quarterbacks who last. The recognition of that growth is part of why this Rookie of the Week award matters. It confirms that what people are seeing is not a fluke. It is progression. The timing of this recognition could not be more symbolic. It arrives in the middle of organizational tension, media scrutiny, and growing questions about leadership in Cleveland. While outside voices argue and narratives shift, Sanders has responded the only way that truly counts. He has played. He has produced. He has forced acknowledgement. That is the mark of a quarterback who understands pressure and thrives inside it. The rushing element of his game deserves special attention because it changes how defenses must approach him moving forward. A quarterback who can escape, extend, and punish coverage mistakes with his legs forces defensive coordinators to play honest. That rushing touchdown was not just a highlight. It was a warning. Sanders is not limited to one style of attack. When you zoom out and look at the bigger picture, the direction is undeniable. Over 3 starts, Sanders is averaging more than 240 passing yards per game. Stretch that over a full season and you are talking about production that puts a quarterback firmly in the upper tiers of the league. The mistakes will get cleaned up. The timing will sharpen. The chemistry will grow. Those are teachable elements. Arm talent, poise, confidence, and competitive fire are not. Sanders already has those. This award should also quiet some of the doubts that followed him into the league. The NFL does not hand out weekly honors lightly. The competition among rookies is fierce every single week. For Sanders to emerge on top means he was objectively one of the best rookies in football during Week 14. That matters. Now the question becomes what happens next. Will the organization fully commit to him? Will the offense be built to maximize what he does best? Will stability finally replace chaos? Those answers will shape not just Sanders' development but the direction of the franchise itself. What is clear already is that the talent is real. The moment is real. And this recognition is only the beginning. So now it is time to hear from you. What does Shedeur Sanders winning NFL Rookie of the Week mean for his future? Is this the start of a long run of league-wide recognition? How high do you think his ceiling truly is? And do you trust the Browns to give him the support he needs to reach it? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this moment fired you up and you want to follow every step of Sanders' journey, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. This story is just getting started, and you will not want to miss what comes next.